Today we're going to be unboxing the NETGEAR GS108T Prosafe 8-port gigabit smart switch. I bought this from ncix.com last week for $89 Canadian. Note that this is the GS108T-200 or Series 2 or version 2, not the older GS108T-100 or Series 1. The most obvious difference to look at the Series 2 versus the Series 1 is the color. This one is two-toned, silver and blue, and this one is also 3 inches narrower, so it's going to take up a lot less room on your desk. Some other notable differences between this new series and the old series is this one adds green features to save electricity. It also adds PoE, also adds SNMP version 3, and finally adds HTTPS for accessing the WebAdmin interface. Let's talk about the target market for this device. If you go to NETGEAR's website, you'll find this in the business section, not the home section. And specifically, it's aimed at the SMB business segment, or small, mid-sized business, rather than large enterprises. It's marketed as a smart switch, which means that its feature set is somewhere in the middle between a typical home unmanaged switch, such as this D-Link, and a fully managed very expensive switch that you'll see in large enterprises. Now, despite the business label on this, it would make a good choice for the power home user. You'll find that this has way more features than the typical home unmanaged switch like this one. And what are those features? Well, obviously it's got 8 gigabit ports. It also adds power over Ethernet, or PoE, so that you can power this device with a network cable. That would allow you to place this where you don't have any electrical outlets, so that's quite convenient. This also has a web-based administration interface, and as I said before, that has HTTPS. I think the older one only had HTTP. This also has VLANs. It's very handy for segmenting your LANs. This has quality of service for traffic prioritization. It also has link aggregation or trunking, performance monitoring, port configuration, ACL filtering on MAC and IP addresses. As I mentioned before, it also has green features such as automatically powering down unused ports or adjusting the power output depending on the cable length. This also supports jumbo frames, SNMP versions 1, 2, and 3. This also supports syslog for logging, so you may be able to log to a remote Linux server, for example. A very important feature, this has upgradable firmware. So devices like this one here, I believe you cannot upgrade the firmware, correct me if I'm wrong, but that means whatever firmware they put on this when it was shipped, you're stuck with it, and if there's bugs in it, too bad. Whereas with this guy, if they find a bug or they want to add a new feature, you can just upload the new firmware to it. Finally, another feature of this device is it has port mirroring, and that would allow you to sniff all the packets that are being sent and received from one port on another port. Okay, enough talk. Let's get on with the unboxing. Here's the shiny new box. Let's get busy with opening it up. Alright, so we've got a CD there. Let's see what's on it. It's got a hardware manual, a smart switch software user manual, an installation guide, a smart Control Center Utility, and MIB files. I don't know what that is. Is that Men in Black? I have no idea. Okay. And that looks like a typical quick start guide. What have we got here? This looks crazy. Whatever this is neat. This is a very glossy sort of a poster. Oh, okay, so this is cool. Cameraman, I don't know if you can get that all in the frame. This is basically a feature matrix for all the different switches that D-Link sells. So that's cool. I'll have a look at that later. Okay, what else we got in here? We've got a so-called wall mounting kit, which consists of just a couple of screws and the drywall plugs. I don't know if I'd call that a wall mounting kit per se. It's just a couple of screws, but whatever, however they want to market it. Okay, also in this package you'll see we've got 4 rubber feet if you want to just mount this on top of a desk or a shelf. Okay, here's the AC adapter. Can you zoom in on the specs, please, cameraman? Okay, so that is 12 volt and 1 amp output. I believe that's the exact same as you'd see on a WRT54GL router. Anyways, the connector is shaped differently though. Okay, now what else we got in here? Okay, we have just the switch itself left. Let's take it out of the packaging. Okay. What else we got here? And on the back side, got that. Fence on the side. Okay, so let's talk about this. The first thing I noticed right away is this is a metal case, and quite a thick metal case actually. It doesn't flex at all. I mean, that's really good quality there. And this is quite heavy compared with this D-Link, and I'll just stack them on top so you can get an idea of the difference in the form factor. Turn it that way. Okay, so that has a real solid feel to it, but you know, then again, it is business class. It's not meant for home. Okay, let's have a closer look. On the front, we've got the power light. We have a reset button that's recessed, so you'd have to hit that with a pencil. This is your PoE port here, port number 1. And then we've got our other 7 ports here. There's a button here, also a recess button for resetting to factory defaults. And we've got our indicator lights here. So we've got 100 megabit, 10 megabit, and then if both are on, it's gigabit. And apparently they blink if there's activity. That's pretty standard. On the sides, we've got air vents here and here. I hope this doesn't get too hot, but you know, the fact that it's metal means it should radiate any heat pretty well as compared to a plastic one, which would kind of insulate the heat. Okay, so on the back side, we've got a grounding terminal here. At least that's what I think it is. This looks like a cable lock. We've got the adapter plug-in. Okay, on the bottom, we've got your screw holes for the wall mounting, and gives you the default address and password, because of course this has a web interface that you can get to. And what else? That's about it, I guess. That's all for now. For more details on the GS108T, check out the stories on my website, nerdboys.com. I'll have some more details about this unboxing video, and at a later date I'll also post a review after I've had a chance to try this out. That's nerdboys.com. While you're there, please buy a shirt, support the website, and until next time,